My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is May 7th, 2024. It is 1:58 a.m. This is video number 1. Okay, let's look at some numbers. Feel free to skip. 3,990 subscribers. New subscribers, welcome. Estimate revenue, $212.82. Analytics. Okay, 5,325 views in the last 48 hours. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. Let's look at the first tweet. Alright, so this is the first tweet. Harry has become such a thorn in the royal family side that he is getting a great deal of the attention that really should go to William. And King Charles William feels that he needs a bit more edge to keep up with his little brother, Tom Quinn, a royal sycophant. So that was a quote, by the way. So who is that Tom Quinn? Okay, Harry isn't doing anything to that family unless being popular and successful is a problem for Will and Charles. That's exactly what the author is saying. Oh, so he is an author. Okay, Will not needs a pulse out here looking like a gargoyle but behaving worse. There's that here. Alright, said it out loud like that. Yep, he did. He needs a personality and some work ethic. Yeah, what was it the other day? His father removing some charities under the royal I guess patronages, under the royal patronages, and he ended up with 669 patronages. But yet they're gonna next year their taxpayers' money will increase, but they're reducing some of the patronages, and then William is not getting additional patron. I don't know. They're playing the people. Let me read this and then move on. I hope people read this very insightful article about what the British royal family did to make Harry and Meghan's life so miserable, and it almost worked. Alright, so I'm not gonna read that. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Now, I believe this is a video, and the next couple ones probably another video. This is the note that I put. I don't remember what all of them is about. I didn't listen to this yet. Okay, I almost love watching real Dennis Welch, who tells it like it is. Look at Soapus Dickie stuttering and stammering because once again he's been caught telling fibs. What is he saying now? Remember, this is one of the royal voters who did that YouTube interview where they were talking about the Oprah interview that they didn't even see.
We're going to be doing a post-match analysis of Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah, which is obviously coming out in a few days' time.
My name is Victoria Arbiter, A-R, B as in boy, I-T-E-R, and I am royal commentator for CNN.
Richard Fitzwilliams, royal commentator.
Ingrid Seward, I'm editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine.
You've not seen the interview yet, have you?
No.
No, great. I think we have a fair idea of where the interview's going, and we have a fair idea.
You do, definitely.
Alright, so it's 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Almost 3 minutes. Let's listen.
Harry is going to be flying over. Do you think there's any hope of him meeting up with the king and reconciling anything?
That's a very difficult one. I'm sure.
But they're saying that as if Harry should go out of his way to see someone who don't even want to see him. When was that? When he flew to the UK after the announcement of the king cancer. 45 minutes to fly from the US to the UK, and then the guy didn't even stay and spend some time with his son. Instead, he took his helicopter and go. So why will Harry chase someone who doesn't want to see him? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's hear what this guy is saying. I move it back slightly.
Any hope of him meeting up with the king and reconciling anything?
That's a very difficult one. I'm sure your audience here, many of them are parents. I'm a parent, and we would like to make up. But
Sounds very good. Oh, there's a but here. So far, I agree with him. This is generalization of things, yes. But let's see what his but is. So his but.
what is going on between our children and us is not being played out in the public arena. And
Okay.
with the king and the rest of the royal family, it is. Harry has been rubbishing the family
What?
since they walked out in 2020. We had in 21, we had Oprah, we had...
Let's not forget, and this is why Harry had to go to court to have the court review what Dumb and Dumber was doing and why they push him out. It was William who hired Simon Case and have Simon Case write some sort of document to make sure that Harry was out. This is why Harry had to go to court and let the people know why he was pushed out.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
Because they're making it seem like it's Harry who walked out. But when you look deeper, Harry was trying to protect the institution.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know, and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
as much respect.
With as much
and,
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
So what do you say to the people who say...
Anyway, because as he was leaving, he didn't say anything.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible.
Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back.
Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show?
From all I have ever known.
No answer.
To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
But they continue going after him where he needed to let people know the truth.
They had to believe that it was more about us and maybe the issues that we had, as opposed to their partner, the media, and themselves in that relationship that was causing so much pain for us. They saw what they wanted to see. The saddest part of it was this wedge created between myself and my brother so that he's now on the institution side. And I get, part of that I understand, right? That's his inheritance. So to some extent, it's already ingrained in him that part of his responsibility is the survivability and the continuation of this institution.
There's been an unbelievably sad breakdown between the brothers.
They always used to be in step, and they're clearly out of step now.
That day, a story that came out saying that part of the reason why Meghan and I were leaving was because William had bullied us out. And once I got in the car after the meeting, I was told about a joint statement that had been put out in my name and my brother's name, squashing the story about him bullying us out of the family.
A sign of public unity from the brothers, who issued a joint statement calling the report false, offensive, and potentially harmful.
I couldn't believe it. No one had asked me. No one had asked me permission to put my name to a statement like that. And I rang Em and I told her, and she burst into floods of tears, because within 4 hours they were happy to lie to protect my brother. And yet, for 3 years, they were never willing to tell the truth to protect us.
Suddenly, what clicked in my head was, it's never going to stop. Every rumor, every negative thing, every lie, everything that I knew wasn't true and that the palace knew wasn't true and internally they knew wasn't true, that was just being allowed to fester.
The review of his security was one of the main issues here, why he had to go to court and let people know what was going on. It was William who kicked him out. And when you look at in the judge's perspective, you have Dumb and Dumber, William and Charles, who is the key holder for the institution. Both of them are on the same page. So what's Harry a spare down the line after William's kid? He has to agree with them. Harry has no say. If Harry was the next heir to the throne, or maybe a little bit closer, let's say William didn't have any kids or something like that, maybe that would have gone slightly different. But William has kids, and they don't want Harry in the mix right now. But God forbid, if something, not that I wish on them, Charles could go because he lived his life already, but for the kids' sake, but let's say something, God forbid something were to happen, then Harry will be a little bit more important. Right now, Harry is not that important for the firm because there's 3 heirs down the line before him. So the judge had to agree with Dumb and Dumber. But let's continue with this guy's BS. I move it back slightly.
Rubbishing the family since they walked out in 2020. We had in 21, we had Oprah. We had at the end of 22, 6 hours of Netflix. And then we had the beginning of 23.
6 hours of Netflix telling their side of the story. You guys went on and on for years and still going on with a bunch of lies. So they had to tell the truth. And now they move on. Okay, people needed to know the truth. Oh my God, this place is infested.
600 pages of
we did, Dickie, but if I may say as well, do you not think there is a reason why Harry did such a thing? You've got, in my opinion, and I know I don't know the royal family like you do, but...
Quite refreshing for you in the way that you've been brought up, with a lot of people knowing a lot about you. Was it refreshing?
Or thinking they know.
Or thinking they know.
And I know I don't know the royal family like you do, but... his dad married Diana when he was in love with Camilla. And so, ruined a lot of Diana's life because of his affair with Camilla. So this young boy who then witnesses the death of his mother, who is forced to walk publicly in front of the world behind his dead mother's coffin. and accept this woman that he doesn't like as his stepmother, then he has a wife who is completely and continually trashed by the media, including your good self, if I may say.
Good.
When in fact she was on a world stage
Good.
for a lot of people before she met this guy. And I am just sick to death of the bashing that this woman gets. Everybody's happy to say the bashing that the other royal family members get. Hardly any of you mention Andrew, and you continually, every day, berate this woman. And I think when her children grow up and see what she goes through, I think Harry had a bloody good reason to write that book.
Good, good. Wow, somebody, where is that? Is it in the UK?
To argue with you, because that's not what I'm here for. You had...
But you're here to come to lie to the people? Is that why you come here? Oh, we need to hear the truth, but you went on something completely 360. Oh my goodness.
Side and I put my side.
You put your side, but if I may say, you ever been reading too many tabloid stories?
No, I haven't.
No.
Don't disrespect me.
We don't hear these things that she's saying on the tabloid. We hear your BS on the tabloid. What the hell is wrong with this guy? I'm sorry, I'm interrupting, but you guys go on YouTube and find it.
Saying that because I have read a lot about Meghan before as well, and I think it's a disgrace the way she's treated.
Well, that is an opinion. It is also a disgrace in the way that they treated the rest of the royal family.
How?
The people here.
They had no comeback. They had no other comeback.
I wish she had asked him how have they disrespect the royal family. Harry and Meghan just tell their side of story. Look at this. Meghan don't even mention them, but yet you people still talking about her. Oh my goodness.
They did actually. They didn't have to walk out.
What?
Why would they not walk out? Why would they want to spend...
Even this part is a lie. In the Oprah interview, what is it? Oprah had asked, I have the clip, like, will they still be in the institution and stuff like that? And they said yes.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there.
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
As much respect.
With as much
and,
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
But they pushed him out. William, this is William. This is the traitor. I had one video, I don't know, I put traitor in it. I think traitor is part of the title. He literally brought in an expert to write off his brother out of the working royal. His brother. Oh my goodness. And Charles was in agreement with William. So it's not a Harry who walked out. They push him out. Then we forget the review. Oh my God.
To spend their life
Listen, we don't want to come on here and have a debate, really. We want to know, how is Charles doing now? What is the future for Charles? Where is he moving on for? He's not...
But yet they're not asking about Kate they haven't seen. Oh my Lord.
It's not the, it's not a debate.
Don't have a guest, John, and say, I can say what I like.
I'm not saying you can't.
Good. Don't have a guest here. Just come and lie to the people. Alright, you can tell me that everyone in the UK hates Harry and Meghan. There were literally people cheering Dennis on. Thanks for sharing, Zandy. There's the loving eye here. Alright, yep. When I heard about this today, some people were saying she was out of order. Really? When I did see this clip earlier, I said good on her for saying it as it is. Also, I took what some people said about her with a pinch of salt. It looks like we have some undercover royalists among us. Remember, the derangers is in our conversation. When they see something, they're gonna say something to pretend as if they're part of the group. I mean, you don't know who's behind the computer. The Rangers think anyone who speaks the truth is out of order. I don't think the British, the Aussie media is the same in my opinion. Understand how cruel and heartless they sound when they talk about Meghan, so I'm so glad for this woman. Sky News Australia is out of control at the moment. So is this from Australia? Thank you for keeping us informed. You are becoming my go-to for talk show regarding our Harry and Meghan. Thank you again. Haha. pleasure. I love how she said he had to watch for years his father disrespecting his mother, cheating with Camilla, whom he now married. No one ever mentioned this. That's right. Why would he want to be around that woman? People act like this is supposed to be acceptable, and it's not. And the thing is, okay, on the facade, remember, the royal family is playing a role to the public. Harry was willing to play that role. Meghan was willing to play that role. Remember that picture they took? I believe Charles and Camilla were sitting on the bench, and Charles was holding one or two of William's kids or something. Meghan and Harry were in the back. They were willing to play that facade kind of thing. But the consistency of bashing Meghan for no apparent reason was uncalled for. And then you have the brother who called in Simon Case to write his brother off. Oh my goodness. And remember, prior to the wedding, they were trying to prevent the wedding from happening.
That may have been one of the things that upset her. And of course the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
But it didn't work. Like I've said in some other video, Harry and Meghan's foundation had already been established prior them meeting Meghan. Okay, prior Harry introducing Meghan to the family. That foundation was already there. This is what Harry was looking for. Alright? After this, that's it. And bottom up, it really doesn't take much for them to be put on the back foot, does it? They all know their point of view is indefensible. All she had to say was, quote, "It's a disgrace the way Meghan has been treated." No, she said what she said. I agree with the way she said it. Then next time when you meet these people, you say that. The way she said it, it was fine. She explained everything prior to marriage, when Princess Diana was alive and all of that. She said it exactly in a very time frame. Very, very shortly. It's a disgrace the way Meghan has been treated, and he has no comeback for that because he knows she's right. He knew she's right. He had no comeback from everything that she said. This is why he said, you know, this is your opinion and all of that. Obviously, it's her opinion and it's the fact. Alright, so Dickie Arbiter is not a royal expert. Dickie Arbiter is a bloody liar. Let them talk about missing Kate Middleton or pedophile Andrew if they have the courage. Everybody is sick and tired of the people, Charles and William, are sending to attack Meghan anytime they are doing good. Karma. Alright, I've always liked Dennis, very good actress. If Colleen, a one-hit wonder, by the way, hadn't have interrupted, Dennis will have wiped the floor with him. Fact. Okay, I just love. Okay, so I read that already. Let's go to the next tweet. And it's a video. I don't know if it's the same one. Let's see here. Nope, it's different. Let's listen. Oh, 2 minutes and 3 seconds. This is who Dickie Arbiter is. We all know what he's getting at when he says something like this. He isn't innocent in the hate campaign against Meghan Markle. They love to talk about the Commonwealth, but at the end of the day, they are just a bunch of xenophobic bigots. Given who Diana was dating before she died, I don't think she will agree with Dickie. Alright, so let's go into that and then I'll come back out. So this could be bigger. Alright. Quote, Diana was very careful about her boys. She protected them. Yes, that's a fact. I agree with that part. Okay? As I read this, I'm thinking of that picture. I think I have it. Where Princess Diana was skiing with the kids. And then I think before that, they made their time to talk with the paparazzi or whatever. And then after that, she wanted the privacy. And she walked toward the camera to say, stop. That's enough. Let the kids be kids. This kind of thing. Alright? So, yes, Princess Diana protect her boys. Had Princess Diana been alive, Prince Harry would never marry Meghan Markle, says Royal Dickie. Nah. Please let her rest in peace. Don't talk for her. Okay? The same way as the other brother was saying, oh, if my mother, if his mother was alive, about the homeless, she'll be very heartbreaking or something. Meanwhile, you're alive. You're not doing anything. Okay? And then just let her rest in peace. Her son knows his mother better than you. Alright, you don't know. Don't speak for her. Alright, so let's listen. I think Diana would have put a question mark over it. Nah, No, Harry already said that. Was it thick and thins or something like that? How good of a friend they would have been?
What does it mean to you, Meghan, to have those stones on your finger that once belonged to Princess Diana?
I think everything about Harry's thoughtfulness is, and the inclusion of that, and obviously not being able to meet his mom. It's so important to me to know that she's a part of this with us, and I think in being able to meet his aunts and also to be like Julia and just different people who are so important to his mom, I'm able to in some way know a part of her through them and of course through him, and it's incredibly special. And you know, to be able to have this, which sort of links where you come from, and Botswana, which is important to us, and it's perfect.
What do you think your mother would have thought of Meghan or said about Meghan?
Oh, they'd be thick as thieves, without question. I think she would be over the moon, jumping up and down, you know, so excited for me. But then, as I said, would have probably been best friends with Meghan. So no, it is days like today when I really miss having her around and miss being able to share the happy news. But you know, with the ring and with everything else that's going on, I'm sure she's with us. I'm sure she's with us. Yeah, you know, jumping up and down somewhere else.
Oh, let's listen.
Diana would well have put a question mark over it. Harry wouldn't be in the situation he is today if Diana was alive. I'm going to stick my neck out here, and I doubt Harry would have married Meghan.
What?
Oh, really? Why do you think that?
Diana was.
But that's Charles who's alive, and Harry's still marrying her. And then that huge wedding we just saw of Harry and Meghan, they didn't want it, but the institution wanted them to have it. So why did they have that? Why couldn't they say no to them? Instead of going on the bashing and doing all those espionage, some kind of a Stone Age kind of espionage kind of thing. Why didn't they say no to him? He still marry her. So what's wrong with Charles? Can he say something? And remember, Charles walked Meghan down the aisle? After they tried to divide the family, Meghan and her side of the family. Oh my goodness. Although it's part of their fault too for accepting that. But let's continue.
Very careful about her boys. They were her boys. She protected them.
Okay.
And she would have protected them against anybody she felt wasn't the right person.
What?
Harry has had a number of girlfriends. Chelsea Davy, that went on for quite a few years.
Okay. Did Harry ask her to marry him? No. Because Harry knew she would not be able to handle. Harry explained all of this. So Princess Diana would have choose a woman for Harry? Is that what he's saying here? Harry doesn't have a choice? Oh my goodness. Princess Diana already told the boys is that once they find someone they love, is cherish her and protect her. This is exactly what Harry's doing. So shut the hell up. But why does all people live so, those hateful, bigot people live for so long? Why? And then the young ones are dying so young. Oh my goodness. God, you need to get to work. Get these people out of, oh my God.
She backed out. She didn't want to be part of the Goldfish Bowl.
Who can blame her?
Rest of the bonus, and she was also studying to be a lawyer, and she wanted to continue those without having the media breathing down her neck.
But Harry explained that on the Netflix. This is why the Netflix was necessary. Because they keep on intruding and then she couldn't cope with it. And thank God Harry saw that before he asked her anything. So this is why Harry didn't ask her. I think he's saying things that William have done, because I think William had asked many other women to marry him. They said no. So he settled with what he had now, which is missing. So what the hell is going on here with this guy? He's talking things that William have done. My God.
Cressida Bonus wanted to pursue an acting career, and she did pursue that acting career. Again, another person who didn't want to be in the Goldfish Bowl.
But did Harry ask her? No. Oh my God.
And Harry was at a loose end. He saw his brother happy. He was with children. He was happy with children. He wanted something of the same. And my own personal opinion is I thought he rushed into the marriage.
Oh my
I think
God.
Diana might have...
Because he saw what he wanted. Once he found what he wanted, he didn't want to waste the woman's time. He didn't want to waste her time. He finds the person that he likes and he asks her. Remember how Nacho said on the Netflix how Harry's eyes were so bright with loving that when he finds somebody that he was going to ask to marry, he told Nacho. What the hell is wrong with these people? People need to go watch the Netflix docuseries, okay? All of it. Because these people are saying completely opposite of what Harry himself, who's living his life, who's telling us. And then these guys are saying, talking for a dead woman. What? Oh my God. Lord, please, these people are baggage for you. Because Princess Diana did her best when she was alive. She did her best. When they realized they can't handle her, look what happened. And then now they're talking for her after she passed. What the hell is wrong with these people?
Been there to counsel him.
I think Diana would well have put a question mark over it. Harry wouldn't be in the situation he is today if Diana was alive. I mean, a lot of...
And like, where did I read that? I guess the person who retweeted that, saying, look who that Princess Diana was dating when she passed. It wasn't a white man. It was, I believe it was, what is it? Was it an Egyptian or something? Who is what's his name? Sodi Fayed or something? Is he Egyptian or Pakistan? No, the Pakistan was a doctor. No. Anyway, let's listen.
Of Harry's problems, he admitted it. He's got mental health issues. He's still not...
He went to get help for it. What is it? He's still what? He's still not over the fact that his mother was killed. I mean, who would accept such thing? But don't bring that up. He went and get help for where he needed it. Okay, let me move it back.
Was alive. I mean, a lot of Harry's problems, he admitted it. He's got mental health issues. He's still not over the fact that his mother was killed, and every so often he sees photographs of her and memories come rushing back. I think there comes a time when you really have to let go. And
I think Harry have said he's moved on. It's you people who keep on talking about him. You bringing his mother and speaking on behalf of his dead mother will trigger some stuff. Oh my God, these people are evil. What the hell is wrong with these people? And by the way, if you want to watch this without me interrupting, please go look for it on YouTube. Because not only as I'm sharing this video, I cannot just let it play like that. Okay? So I'm commenting and commenting on the video, so it's okay. But if you want to listen to it without me interrupting, go look for it on YouTube or on whatever it is being shared.
Get on with your life, and it is very difficult. But coupled with that, he had two tours of duty in Afghanistan, and that creates post-traumatic stress disorder. So there's a bit of that as well, and the combination of the two is making it very difficult for him to heal. Maybe
but wait a second. Is he saying that right now, Harry who is happy, it's not Harry right now? This is a completely... What is he trying to say? Harry is not in his right mind to be living his life in the US with the family he created? What the hell is he trying to get into here? He went to Afghanistan, he did 2 tours, his mental health, he said he had, and he went and get help for it. So is he saying that Harry's living his life, it's not in the right state of mind, living his life with his wife and children? What the hell is wrong with these people?
And I have no regrets. It's incredibly sad, but I have no regrets at all because now I'm in a place where I feel as though I should have been 4 years ago.
Oh my God, it's because Harry is not savage like them.
Peace in California, I hope so.
But he's moved on. He's living his life. Oh my God.
I will always protect my family, and now I have a family to protect. So everything that she went through and what happened to her is incredibly raw every single day, and that's not me being paranoid. That's just me not wanting a repeat of the past.
Lord, please do something with these old people. All right, let me read some of these and then go to the retweet. All right, let me stop right here. All right, Same Dickie Arbiter who quit his job with the royal family because he was burnt out. Alright, what did he say here? The Queen's press secretary quit as he was burnt out looking after Charles and Diana. Okay, I don't know about that. That was 2019. The Queen's former press secretary revealed how he was burnt out working for the royal family, spending most of his time running errands for Prince Charles and the late Princess Diana. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so let's move up. It's always opposite with the royal family. I know. That's what I was saying. It seems as if Harry's state of mind right now is not Harry at all. Meanwhile, Harry is speaking his truth. He said he's moving on. He's not looking for any apology from his father because they're not on the same page. Their state of mind are evil and he's moved on. Okay, it's always opposite with the royal family. It will have been KK and her grifting family that will have been shut out, not hardworking and lovely Meghan. Okay, who is this one who thinks he could read people's mind, let alone Diana. Hey yo, where's Kate? If you can read minds, what's happening with William and Kate, do tell if you're that of an effing expert on the royals. Okay, what mother will stop a 35-year-old marrying his choice? Thank you. My goodness. Let's pause. Someone tell Dickie the deceiver he lied about seeing the Oprah interview before it was aired to shut the F up. His opinion about Harry's marriage is BS. He lied to Diana when she was alive with that. Alright, Camilla. That's right. If he was a press secretary, so he was lying, covering for Charles, so he knows what was happening.
The campaign was, in that point, was being successful. But it did surprise the people who were causing the grief. It did surprise them when I took myself out of the game. They hadn't expected that. And I'm a great believer that you should always confuse the enemy.
Who was the enemy?
Well, the enemy was my husband's department, because I always got more publicity. My work was discussed much more than him, and from that point of view, I understand it. But I was doing good things, and I wanted to do good things. I was never going to hurt anyone. I was never going to let anyone down.
But you really believe that it was out of jealousy that they wanted to undermine you?
I think it was out of fear, because here was a strong woman doing her bit, and where was she getting her strength from to continue?
Your husband. He says that your husband renewed his relationship with Mrs. Camilla Parker Bowles. Were you aware of that?
Yes, I was. But I wasn't in a position to do anything about it.
What evidence did you have that their relationship was continuing even though you were married?
A woman's instinct is a very good one.
Is that all?
Well, I obviously had knowledge of it.
From staff?
Well, from people who minded and cared about our marriage, yes.
What effect did that have on you?
Pretty devastating. Rampant bulimia, if you can have rampant bulimia, and just a feeling of being no good at anything and being useless and hopeless and failed in every direction.
Who was the enemy?
Well, the enemy was my husband's department, because I always got more publicity. Well, from people who minded and cared about our marriage, yes. Well, from people who minded and cared about our marriage, yes.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Well, from people who minded and cared about our marriage, yes. It was my husband's department.
Alright, Camilla, now he's doing that BS interview for £3.50 to help pay his bills he needs. Alright. He needs to shut the F up and leave Harry alone. That's for sure. Let's go back. Okay, meanwhile, oh my god, stop. Meanwhile, let's go bully Princess Kitty. gone missing, seeing as these two called, quote, racist royal reporters, aka royal a-hole, won't leave Harry's wife alone. You can't expect her to get any sympathy for Kitty. You're treating Harry's wife disrespectful. And then this is the thing here, and they want her to come. And then this is the nonsense that she was gonna receive. No one in the history of the human species has done more damage to our collective sense of reality than Rupert Murdoch, Prince Harry. Okay, more rubbish from Rupert Murdoch outlet. Instead of pretending to look into a crystal ball, you should be asking, where is Kate? This old man is not a mouthpiece of a dead woman. Thank you. Leave Prince Harry alone. And this is the thing here. Harry risked his life for that country, and this is what these people are doing. Okay, watch more. So it's somewhere on YouTube. So whoever then like me keep on pausing and talk and things like that, it's on YouTube. What did it call? It called Prince Harry and Meghan Markle would have never, I guess, married something. Alright? I don't want to click on it and I don't want to share it here. Just the part that's on Twitter. And I didn't go back. Let me go back to the other one. Let me go back. Shit. Okay. I did say I wanted to read. I'm not gonna go over that. The person who retweeted, that's where we will see the squad's comment. That one. Alright, let me read some of the comments here. Arbiter is the human embodiment of the phrase, quote, there is no fool like an old fool. LOL. This Dickie Arbiter, let's see here. Okay, I read this already, where he quit. Prince Charles furious at former aide revealing secret of Diana's marriage and explosive book. Did he? This is news to me. The Queen ex-press secretary Dickie Arbiter is said to reveal secret about Charles' relationship with Diana and the breakdown of 2 other royal marriages. Prince Charles' anger as former press secretary to the Queen's released his book revealing secrets about the breakdown of his marriage to Diana. Very interesting. And then this fool is talking as if Princess Diana will not accept the marriage of Harry with Meghan. Meanwhile, the institution did a huge lavish thing and Charles walked Meghan down the aisle. So how come Charles then said what he needed to say to both of them? Don't get married, don't do this, don't do that. Okay, Dickie Arbiter worked at Buckingham Palace for 12 years as press secretary. Okay, Queen Elizabeth II angry about former press secretary's book, staff writer, the Columbus Dispatch. Queen Elizabeth II is reportedly enraged over allegation made by former palace press secretary Dickie Arbiter, whose new memoir on officer suggests that Princess Diana suffered mood swing and had a furious temper, among other things. Okay.
Prince Charles expected his butler to keep visits to Camilla a secret from the princess.
Paul just turned around to him and said, well, are you expecting me to lie for you, Your Royal Highness? And Prince Charles said, well, yes. Yes, I am. And went into this histrionics about being the King of England, the future King of England, the Prince of Wales, and you will lie, stamping his feet, and then threw this book in Paul's direction.
And Prince Charles is one of the most demanding.
Charles likes, it was a particular dish he likes to eat when he goes out hunting, which is softly boiled eggs and Scotch whisky, waiting for him when he comes back. But of course they never know when he's coming back. So a good half an hour before he's due back, they start boiling up a batch of 20 eggs for 3 minutes exactly. And then if he hasn't arrived in those 3 minutes, they throw them away. Then they start another batch.
Charles furious over memoir for former Buckingham Palace aide, man was a friend. And this place, these people are not friends. Okay, let me read what's there and then that's an ad. Okay, he's disgusting. He has no idea on what Diana would or wouldn't do. If Diana was still alive, we don't know what path William and Harry would have been on. We can say for certain William would have married Kate. It's all speculation on his part. Okay, just like there was in a video, I believe it was on PYTE, someone was saying something like that, and then I raised that question. And I know my community board on Happy Team Sussex, something like that. It's not about Diana, more so as if the path of Harry and Meghan would have crossed, something like that. And there was some very interesting conversation. Poppy Cat, Harry himself said his mother would have loved Meghan. Who knows Princess Diana better? This fame monger or her son. Okay, I'm confused. So Harry was supposed to marry the right girl, but not the girl he actually loved. These people are obsessed with Harry marrying the right girl, like Willie did. There's a laugh here. And why do they like to rewrite history? Harry left both those girls, then he found his soulmate. That's what I'm saying. He didn't even ask these people for hand of marriage. He was reading them to see if they'll be able. I think Harry was looking for someone for the rest of his life. He didn't want to go and what happened to his mother and things like that. Okay, and father, the separation. So he wanted to make sure he finds someone he loves, and he did. Oh my goodness. These people are freaking ridiculous. Next tweet. Alright. Did I went over this already? Alright, this is who Dickie Arbiter is. We all know what he's getting at when he says something like this. He isn't innocent. And the hate campaign against Meghan Markle, they love to talk about the Commonwealth, but at the end of the day, they are just a bunch of xenophobic bigots. Given who Diana was dating before she died, I don't think she would agree with Dickie. Okay, did I skip something here? Is that the one that I just went to? Yeah. Let's go to the next tweet. I think that's the one I went to. If when I'm editing and I realize I did something wrong here. Oh, I think I went back. Okay. Next tweet. Okay, so the head of the family firm you work for, who allow a toxic bullying culture led by his eldest son, is sick. It was so bad you were suicidal, and the firm constantly said that they hate you, but you escaped and are now happy. Do you go back to show support to the sick man? Hell to the no. So there's that here. Hell no. Okay, thanks for writing to Dorothy. Dixer says what? It's an interesting question. Family relationship can be so tricky. I had a lovely letter from a lady called Meghan who shared a similar story. I advise her to look after her own health and best to stay away from that family. And this is what Meghan is doing. Stay away. And then look at that other guy from that other talk show. It's not in this video. It's like, why can't Meghan come and wave to us? Something like that. Meghan is minding her own business. And if she had gone, they would pretty much pick up where after the Queen's funeral. Alright, there's this. He made it clear he didn't want her in Scotland when his mother died. He can kiss my, there's that here. Okay, take him a homemade pie. There's that. Hell no. That's an ad. No, I don't even know them. Okay, people think Harry and Meghan are Sarah Ferguson. For Sarah, I spoke about her before. With her, I sort of understand the fine line that she's playing due to the fact the way the culture of the UK is. If she wants a roof over her head and be able to eat every day, I could understand the things that she does. I remember when she came to the US not too long ago, I spoke about her. Could have been last year perhaps. She went to 96Y or 92nd Y. Where she made some roundabout, go to different talk show, and one of them I share, and they asked her a question about Harry and Meghan. Look, she picked the right, she just stayed in the middle. She didn't bash Meghan, and she didn't bash the royal family. Okay, I cannot speak for her, and the way that I see it, and I could understand her why she took the fine line to not to bash or anything, take a side. Because in her situation, if she's living rent free, she has a roof over her head, and she cannot go and bash the royal family and then Meghan and Harry didn't do anything to her. And I think Harry had treated her more respectable than William. From what I understand, you guys could correct me on that. I've heard Harry invited her to his wedding, but the other one did not. Okay, so she's playing a very fine line to be able to function every day, have a roof over her head, and eat every day. Alright, so there's that. Some people are saying no, it's time to give him a taste of his own medicine. The people who tormented the Duchess of Sussex exposed their true selves, which was a nightmare. They victimized her and devalued the lives of her children and her husband, their own prince, surviving the barrage of hate. Okay. Oh my God, that's does she have a yeah? Okay, let's see here. I'm surprised I pick up exactly where I left off. Surviving the barrage of hateful headlines and persistent racial tension is genuinely remarkable, but there's nothing in that country to entice her to return. Reconciliation is not on the table because there was never a proper relationship, at least not on their part. The King and Kate allegedly having a life-threatening cancer is no different than her suicidal ideation and miscarriage, yet they offer her no support or comfort. They instead pile on more by taking her home, which Queen Elizabeth II gifted. Yep. Fragment. The compound the finality of their humiliation, publicly declare openly that King Charles III evicted the Sussex family and kept their $3.5 million. There's all of that. I firmly believe that the king has lost all his honor and goodwill, especially after the wedding where he authorized and added to the abuse done by others. No amount of suffering could ever justify his lifelong cruelty toward his son, Princess Diana, Queen Elizabeth II, and above all, Duchess Meghan and her children. Very good. Okay, it's evidence that the monarchy is stuck in the past and refuses to be held accountable for their action. This outdated mentality has resulted in a lack of trust and confidence from the people, and I don't expect this monarchy to last in its current form. Prince Harry may be unable to wholly quit the monarchy, but he certainly can avoid them. Duchess Meghan and her children are American citizens, and they have a country that loves and embraces them. They don't have to deal with the constant torment from a cesspool of lying media like they do in the UK. With no security provided by Queen Elizabeth II, the risk is far too great for the Sussex family to visit the UK. Although Prince Harry is a warrior and can handle the ground war alone, he will never stay longer than necessary. These are some of the important reasons why our wonderful and kind Duchess of Sussex should not risk returning the abusive royal family. We love you, Harry and Meghan. Very well put. Exactly. Alright, so with that being said, let's go to the next one. Next tweet. Okay, look how she's looking at the thing. A whole entire future Queen Consort is missing. Hell no. Duchess Meghan isn't going to that island. That family and the toxic British media are messy. Alright, Nigeria will do just fine. Thank you. I wonder what was the headline about on this one. She's making reference to something that was said. Okay, Duchess Meghan, I need you to stay right here in America. People keep forgetting what they did to the Americas. Okay, when Americas, that regarding North America and South America. That's what Americas. Okay, the whole entire region. What they did to both Asians, what they did to the Hawaiians, every place they went, they colonized, and they tried to colonize you to stay in America. Your home is America. Love you, girl. Okay, just stay the F at home. Okay, I agree. But when it comes to traveling, Meghan should steer clear of England. The British press and that family will behave like rabid dogs. It's almost like they're trying to lure her into a trap. No, thank you. I think I responded to that. Yeah, about an hour ago. Okay, since 2020, I called this out. More for Harry, not Meghan. Our sis sees the writing on the wall. Now, thinking about this now, that video that I did back in 2020, and I thought it was more for Harry, but actually it's more for Meghan. Meghan should stay away. And I think she's doing that. Okay, that it has been done before where they're gonna lure him. Go watch this, because I was trying not to name. I did not have any backup at that time, so I didn't want to say things where I incriminate myself. I tried to put it in a broader perspective, but one of the things that I gave as an example, I believe it was Toussaint Louverture. Toussaint Louverture, it was one of those great warriors for Haiti after Haitian had defeated the French. So what the French did, okay, they pretend they are French. You guys could look more into it. I just explained in a broader way that sort of fit to what I was trying to say. Okay, they sort of make him feel at ease. That's Toussaint Louverture. Okay, the French made Toussaint Louverture be more at ease, let his guard down, not in a fighting mode. So they claimed that they wanted to talk to him, right? Toussaint Louverture. The French wanted to talk to him. So they wanted him and the soil of France. So once he was in France, they didn't need to speak to him. They jailed him. They mistreated him. They didn't clothe him. Pretty much, they let him in jail to die. And that's what happened. And this is the thing that I was afraid for Harry. They're going to let, pretend to be friendly and all of that. Who knows? Maybe it might apply to Harry as well. All right, I was making it in reference to Harry, but now looking at it now, how they're treating Meghan, maybe it's more for Meghan as well. Because look at this, that Invictus thing is gonna happen. How they want her to come along too. So maybe it's that they probably want to do to her. I don't know. But that video, I was making reference to Harry to not go. And when he went back for the funeral, not the Queen's funeral, more for Prince Philip's funeral, I was afraid for him. And the unveiling, I was afraid for him. And I think they were trying to do the same thing that they did to Princess Diana to him. Because in one of those outings when he went, I believe it was the unveiling, he went to some charities event. He had the security escort. And then when he finished, everybody left. They left. Okay, there was no escort. And then there was the chase there. And one of the things that I've said, and I repeat this so many times, is that I'm glad he experienced that by himself. Because at that time, he was by himself. And he didn't have anybody else to worry about but himself. So it was a learning experience for him, I think. Alright, so they will lure them in and then make them feel at ease, and then once they get them in the soil of the UK, and then they do what they do best. So this is the thing here. That's what this video is about. It has been done before. I was making reference to Toussaint Louverture so they could do the same thing to Harry, make him feel at ease, calm, and everything like that, and then they do what they needed to do with them. Alright, so Meghan sees the writing on the wall. She's staying clear, and we need to keep on praying for them. Alright, next tweet. Alright, I think this is gonna be a video by itself, and I have more. Alright, so that's this here. 1 year ago today, Charles' heir was too busy filming a video for social media to show up on time for the coronation. Okay, I didn't really look at it. Whatever I had talked about, I don't even think I did talk about. I was focusing more on Archie's birthday. And then later on, I think I saw some squaddies were showing some social media thing that he did. I'm like, my goodness. He's trying to be hip and connected with the young people at that time, but he bring people to, again, put that structure. There's, I don't know, the way these people operate. Okay, Charles looked like he's pissed off. I know he's probably practicing his speech, but still, I'll look at this in a few. Alright, personally, I think Willie deliberately arrived late so he could gate crash and sabotage Pa's grand entry that he waited 100 years for. No sympathy from me, though, cause Pa deserved a son like Bulliam. He trained him. This was an absolute shamble. When Workshy Willie and Wadey turned up to Chuck's hat day after the supposed king had already arrived and was kept waiting. Oh, really? Oh my God. I didn't know. I didn't follow it. Okay, after this, that's it. Okay, bottom up. Or was he fighting with Kate? OMG, the coronation was only 1 year ago. Yeah, they have not been on good terms since that day. I believe William was supposedly late. Do you remember when they blamed Louis, which is disgusting? Really? I don't know. He waited his entire life for this moment, and then he still had to wait. Do you remember when they blamed Louis, which is disgusting? Ironic, his mother kept him waiting, and so did his son. That is true. The royal family are lucky that the coronation was held last year, because no one can imagine it this year while Charles is sick, Kate not seen since Christmas. Oh, they would have probably done it the day after they buried the queen. They were trying not to look so like power hungry, especially for that horse next to him. I'm so sorry, but this was so hilarious. Charles chooses his grandson's birthday. Only he and his entourage thought this was a good idea. For his expensive hat circus, only for his son, heir, along with the daughter he never had, they'll try to steal his thunder. LOL. Okay, that's an ad. Okay, this was an absolute shambles. Okay, I read that already. So let's look at the video. Oh my goodness. I didn't know. I didn't watch it. Okay, what is that? Okay, so that's the image. I didn't watch it. Okay, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And if you want to support my channels, all 3 channels, Team Sussex, Our Port of Service, and PYTE, you could check my shop. I have some t-shirt, cups, and different things, and see if you like some of them, and you could help support me. And I will try to create different like jigsaw puzzles, so be on the lookout for that. Okay, so that's it. Let me do another video. I still have some more tweets to share with you. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.